Good, what's good, what's good, people? It's your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house. Another offline topic with me today. And today's offline topic is about, fuck it, SOCOM, the SOCOM series with H-Hour World's Elite in the Wing. So, this week PlayStation decided to tweet out that the online multiplayer services for SOCOM combined assault, sorry, confrontation and SOCOM 4 would no longer be running as of 1/28/2014. So you might be saying like, oh, well, why is this such an issue? Well, let me tell you right now that no other game on PlayStation is probably going to be ending at that time. I guarantee you Uncharted 2 will probably still be running way past that. And but bigger than that, for this to be one of Sony's hardcore shooters back when hardcore shooters was really hardcore. Um, you know, SOCOM 1, 2, 3, and Combined Assault for the PlayStation 2 actually got canned on the 10th anniversary of SOCOM 1, I believe. And as a big thank you, that's what they did. They cut the PS2 servers. Granted, that happened, last year. Whatever, you could be happy, you could be mad about it. It happened. We were upset about it because, yes, we were still playing it. But, it was just, we were happy that we had the servers running that long because there was a lot of PlayStation 2 games that Ben had their servers ended. But, Sony let us rock. Um, Now, I don't know what it is about these SOCOM games, but they always get hacked. Somehow, somewhere, we managed to still get good games out of it. I mean, even though Code 9 destroyed SOCOM 2 for like a good three months, when SOCOM 3 came out, and then even it came even fierce when Combined Assault came out. But then we were able, as a community, we was able to get around that. And for some reason, SOCOM games has always been dreaded with this. No other game that I can think of that I play, gets hit with this. Confrontation to me was, like I told people, was probably going to be the last SOCOM game. And, SOCOM, I mean, it had its problems, it had its technical problems. People didn't like the visual upgrade. I thought the graphic was good considering the year that it came out, and yada yada, etc., etc. This was a mediocre experience, but I still enjoyed it when it was fun to play. So shout out to Slant Six for this. A lot of people give him slack for this, but I will commend him for that because I know there was bigger things going on. So Zipper didn't make this one because they was working on Mag, and you guys can buy Mag right now for $1 because Mag is also going to be done on January 28th, which is the Zipper game. And then when Zipper finally came back, Zipper came back with SOCOM 4. So now a lot of us caught on in the beta, and I think a lot of my SOCOM homies, they un unpre-ordered their SOCOM 4. I went ahead and did it, and I actually, went one higher because I did want the motion. It was a pretty good deal, especially my deal with it. But in the beta, I knew that this wasn't SOCOM. This game, this game in the beta, I knew was not SOCOM. This could have been called Unit 13, and Unit 13 on a PS Vita could have been called the Unit 13 Secret Wars or Unit 13 Navy SEAL Wars, or you know what I'm saying, like something. Because number one, is played like Mag. It had the textures, it had the aura of Mag, and number two, you can't create a whole nother game and then put a franchise name on it and expect the fans not to bash the game. Now, people who didn't know anything about SOCOM, who jumped in on this one, They love the game, and they should love the game. They should at least like the game. They liked it. The problem was all of us that was here, who came from the ones that was on the PS3, and mainly the ones that was on the PS2, on SOCOM 2, was very animate about this game. There's a dude named Black Widow, aka Suck My Turban, big advocate of disliking this game. And when I first heard him, I was like, yo, damn, homie, like we gotta support the title, because if we don't support the title, we're not gonna get a fifth opportunity. His videos do go viral, and that was part of my reasoning behind him. And he doesn't owe me anything. He doesn't. But his opinion was correct. His opinion was actually a fact when you look at SOCOM players. Us on a PlayStation brand that came up from day one playing these games, we're very passionate about our SOCOM, which is why we continue to follow it in the afterlife. Now, he gave this a fair shot, even with the updates. I think he even bought one of the DLC. For me, they charged us the demolition mode, and I don't think that was Zipper that did it. I think that came from a higher up, and I think that's bad business. You don't charge us for a mode that helped created this game. You don't take it out and then try to sell it to us. That's like saying, for Call of Duty, you take out, you just take out Team Deathmatch, because now you're not known for anything else. Kill Confirm is like a glorified team. Anyway, like you take out Team Deathmatch and you leave Kill Confirm as the main mode, and then you charge them later for it. Like it's stupid. You just don't do that. So I talk about SOCOM fans, and those are my brothers. Hoorah, green up. You already know how we do. Shout out to Classic SOCOM Fridays. I haven't been able to jump on the X Link because my netbook doesn't have this one little file that makes that run. And when I was using the laptop, that was my baby's laptop, and she's traveling the world right now. But we're infamously following our guys. I got my other SOCOMs over there, my PS2 over there. But David Sears, and for you who may be watching this video and are unfamiliar with that deep of a level of SOCOM, David Sears is a dude. I believe he was a creative director. He might have been a creative. He might be a little higher than that. Creative director of SOCOM, and he, was responsible for a lot of the success with that entire original team at Zipper, R.I.P. Zipper. So he has this thing called H-Hour Elite Soldiers or something like that, World's Elite, and basically it's the spiritual successor to SOCOM. It's going to have the aura of SOCOM. I'm pretty sure that it's going to have a spin on it. It's probably going to have, it ain't going to be SOCOM. Like, let's just put it like that. SOCOM as I know it, not, it's definitely not going to be this shit right here. And it was on Kickstarter, and there's a SOCOM Unite group, and the real SOCOM, and several other people who are supporting this title. They want to eventually pitch it to PlayStation, which is why I'm bringing this up. And they're gonna try to get this probably everywhere it can, but it's gonna get pitched to PlayStation after they can get the demo from the Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter is running. I think it's ran. I think they told me that it ran like they made like 250,000, and I think the goal was only $150. So people pledged up, and the game has my support, and if I can get involved early to actually, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I won't get involved early. I'll just spread the word. If there is looking at PC and P4, they need that money to get the demo up so they can get that that proof of concept up and running, and we'll see where it goes from there. But other than that, it's sad to see a series like this go, the way that we play this game. And you may differ your opinion based on when you came into SOCOM. If you came in SOCOM 1 and 2, you probably feel me down to the T what I'm saying, and cry when you got into this. If you came in at SOCOM 3 and combined Assault, chances are you was okay with this, and accept this as a SOCOM title. I accepted the game, but not as a SOCOM title. Again, this should have been called Unit 14. Um, and if you came in at this, I'm sorry on behalf of all SOCOM fans, because this was a great attempt, but it just was a technical nightmare. And if you came in at this and you're looking at a sequel, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't own a PlayStation Vita, go get one and buy Unit 13, and there go your sequel. Um, but yeah, check that out. Let me know what's going on with you guys. And at the same time, I have to say this because I think the death of games like SOCOM as I knew it, Counter-Strike is not really doing well in the console space, and Ghost Recon is uh, Ghost Recon is dead. Like, it's dead. You can't get into no modes except for conflict. Like, it's dead, and that's sad. Because I can still get into games with this, and full games of any mode. Not full games, but I can get half the games because I forget this is 32 players. Ghost Recon is six. I think it's 6-on-6, and you can barely get a full conflict game going. But you know, Patriots got pushed back. Some can make the argument that it's going to be a next gen title, maybe that they was waiting on the technology. Listen, dog, if Watch Dogs is coming out on this particular PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, then I don't want to hear that shit. The truth of the matter is, the hardcore shooters of yesterday are no longer considered the hardcore shooter games. That's those old people who used to play that shit. Like, no one wants to play a game like anything like Counter-Strike, because that's what these games all relate back to, tactical shooters. You want your running guns, maybe a little stealth action to it, but they don't want to sit there and use their brain, which is why a lot of people are hating on The Last of Us right now, multiplayer, because, although there is a respawn mode, let's not even get into that, but, when it comes down to survival mode, like, oh my god, it's trash, it's boring, because they're so used to running and gunning. So I think this video is going a little longer than what I expected. It's a sad day for SOCOM fans of the PlayStation world, and but almost in retrospect, let me bring this together. I think that because they're closing it at 128.14, because this game still has a lot of players on it for some reason, and they're closing both of these down along with Mag. Who knows? There might be an announcement, because that day is a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a Tuesday or a Thursday. So those are usually around times when you make announcements. Who knows? Check us out. Anyway, if you like the video, like the video, comment, rate, subscribe, whatever. If you have any questions, we actually have a new series going on. You can leave a question below. I'll try to answer it here. But if you want it into a video, we have a Ask the Gamers segment going on, and we're taking questions for that. It's a video for it. I'll leave it in the description. Leave your questions there, and we will answer it in the official first video of Ask the Gamers. Once again, shout out to everybody who's under the umbrella of SOCOMUNITE. Shout out to everybody who's played and liked SOCOM. Shout out to my boy Stormer, Ditch, Drumnut, Black Widow, although I think he hates my guts, but Aries, Sutra, my homie Native Player, like everybody, man, everybody in the classic SOCOM family. Shout out to all you guys, and everybody who's trying to play SOCOM on X-Link. Shout out to you guys too, and that's it. Your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house, offline. We out.